And as everybody gets all their little things pushed and shared and that sort of stuff, let's go ahead and start asking folks if anybody has something to announce. We'll work our way down the list. Start with Dawn.
Yes, actually, tomorrow I am going, starting normal time, 8 o'clock. We're having our session 0 for the Throne of Bone, where it's designed to be a testing brand new races. So some people are going to play tuner races that I have devised. We're seeing how they work. And we're going to have our session 0 and start creating those characters and talking about what's going on.
Awesome. I know we have a couple of players who will be joining you, and I will be lurking and watching and learning how to exploit those for the full campaign later.
When is that again, Effie? Like, when are we starting?
Tomorrow?
No, like, what time? Sorry.
Oh, I was 8 o'clock.
Okay.
For us. What's 8 for me? I'm not sure what.
Eastern?
Yes.
Eastern, yeah. So eventually I'll move all the time zones over to Eastern, because most of the people that play are over there.
Eastern's the best time zone.
Yeah.
So moving down the list here, how about Joey?
I think mine comes at the end.
Oh, yours comes in? Okay, I thought...
It's a
All right, there's going to be a little argument here. Okay. So I heard that there was a Chloe at the end, so we'll skip those two and jump down to Talise.
Ash.
Uh-oh, we caught her off guard. We'll pause on Talise and skip down to Valandra, who I can see breathing.
I mean, it does that even when I have the microphone off, so I don't think that's necessarily just me breathing. Nothing out of character to announce, no.
Okie dokie. So let's scoot down to Waverly.
Nothing today.
Nothing today. We'll swing back up to Talise. Talise, you awake? You're fetching a coffee, aren't you?
Unless she's having the trouble I was having.
No, don't have the troubles. It's like Ireland all over again. All right, we'll try Joey and Chloe, and maybe Talise will get a last-minute thing in there before we get going.
Okay. So this is going to be kind of a surprise, I guess, for most of the people, but I will explain afterwards, and I will just let the awesome sink in right about now. Alrighty. Well, the real version is absolutely amazing and not choppy to listen to, but guys, that's our new group anthem for Tyranny of Dragons, the Sovereign Seven. So, thank you to Weston at Make My Anthem. You can follow him on Twitter at Make My Anthem or his Etsy shop, etsy.com/shop/MakeMyAnthem. He created that awesome 2-minute piece for us. Based on some of the sneaky feedback that I've been getting from both you guys and Casey about our group, because I love you guys, and I think it tells the story of a little bit of sadness, but in the end, overcoming a lot of things to work together as a group, which I think we're great at. And thank you, Weston. It's freaking amazing.
Thank you. That is cool.
Oh my
I'm
god.
guessing that was a thing on Twitch that I didn't hear.
Oh, did you not?
It was played.
Did you
through-
not hear the rhythm?
I didn't hear anything. I'm never on Twitch because I can't do that in Discord at the same time on
It
my
came
computer.
through Discord.
It came
It
through
came through
Discord.
Discord.
You know,
It did not come through my Discord.
you probably have rhythm turned down. But we will get a recap on that one for you.
Okay.
Next time we'll have to make sure we sneak rhythm in a little earlier and make sure everybody's got their volume up.
That is
But-
not the first or last time that we will hear
Yes.
that. So
So
It's
we will-
pretty great.
That was
we'll get
freaking
that in.
amazing.
Nice. But as we pick up off the introductory music, a couple of things have happened in the last few months to our intrepid orphans, now the Sovereign Seven. They met back up after a year hiatus in Greenest, dealt with cultists, kobolds, and a dragon, set out and freed some captured villagers, dealt with more kobolds and cultists, then began traveling. They made their way north to El Terrell, where they took on a commission from the Harpers and the Lord's Alliance to follow the cult of the dragon, those troublesome cultists who have been gathering treasure, who seem to want to move that treasure to the north. They were whisked down the Chauntea River on boats to get ahead of the cultists and then to integrate with them and follow the caravans northward to discover their final destination, perhaps some months' travel ahead. But on the river, they encountered an Oni they thought dealt with some evenings back, an ogre magi. They trashed her completely. They silenced her. They hit her with hideous laughter. They caused her to be unable to move. She laid there choking in the water. But a few days later, she caught up again, and under cover of a darkness spell, stole away from Talace a backpack containing the Oni's spellbook and some other items of note. The party has already dealt with hill giants, ogres, ogre magi, undead, cultists, kobolds, a blue dragon. But now, as they sit in the Leviathan, a ship that is thoroughly moored to the dock, yet still listing drunkenly against it, a bar has been set up inside this ship. Food is served, but it's not of the greatest quality, except for the Oryx bread, which is the best bread available. The party has stayed in Baldur's Gate for a few days now, gathering information and intel, purchasing equipment, armor, and gaining a little bit of an insight. One of the troublesome folk that seem to keep hanging about, Roscoe, a friend of Waverly's, has been mooching off them as successfully as he's able. But as the scene opens, the party is within the Leviathan, fairly private, them to discuss what's been going on, as now it's only a day or two before they must join the caravan heading north. What are you all doing?
Waffles for everyone.
Waffles for everyone.
Yay!
Quite good waffles, too. They've been scouted at some of the better areas of Baldur's Gate, available with a variety of fruit toppings, some with powdered sugar or coated in honey, some almost caramelized to a candy-like state. Mountainous heaps of them, from what I understand.
Yeah, Valandra and Talace come back with waffles for everybody one day. I think the first day after the backpack was stolen, both wearing new dresses and Talace with a flower crown in her hair.
Yeah, I heard there was you guys hung out and did some talking about some stuff. I guess you got some waffles too? I didn't even know they sold waffles in Baldur's Gate. Thought it was just a bunch of dry bread.
They sell everything in Baldur's Gate.
You just need to know where to look for it.
Yeah, and what papers to sign, I guess. Speaking of papers, Talace, and Chloe will toss a coin at Talace. And when you grab it, you see it has your name on it. And she'll say, "Yeah, I got this weird invite. I don't know. They wanted us to come back to El Tyrell sometime and stop by the Hell Riders. So if you're ever interested." They said to bring you though, so I mean, it must have made quite the impression on them. I don't know what that means exactly. I don't know if that's a good one or not.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a good one.
Sounds like we got an in when we want it.
Anyway.
So, as you get the hold of the coin, it's got a very interesting sort of patterning to it. And if you look closely, you realize it must be the finest print ever on the coin. The only thing that's legibly sized is your name. All the rest is super tiny. They must have had very small folk working on it. Within the Leviathan Tavern, Roscoe, sort of trying to see which one of you is least offended by him at the moment. Hey. You want to buy me a beer?
No. Not now, Roscoe.
How about if you buy us all beers and I'll go get them and bring it right back?
Place is
Pass.
just frowning. Place is just frowning at him really hard.
Don is pretending he doesn't exist.
So Roscoe sort of slowly wanders away.
Valandra is considering casting hold person again, but that would mean he's still here, so.
He's always there. He sort of lives at the bar or in close proximity to it. So with one day or so before you set out to the north, any last-minute plans I should be aware of? I know several of you have started thinking of how to disguise some of your more prominent features, though there are some prominent features I have not heard how will be disguised. As you look about yourselves and give some consideration to what might stand out.
The bright orange cat, I think.
Yeah, what do we see everybody else that's gotten their clothes? Like, what does everybody else look like?
So, Talace, I believe you've traded up for some bright blue leathers.
I have.
Okay. So, very eye-catching, but not at all what you were wearing earlier. Joey, I know you have upgraded armor.
Yeah. Yep. Upgraded a little bit there. I'm going to have to get something that's a little bit more face covery too, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to have to get some nice, thoroughly metalled gauntlets for that left-hand scorch burn. That's pretty identifiable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll probably just be in the corner of the tavern trying to shock Cyanrath down into something that's not unreasonably large to try to stow it away. And I imagine that that's not going well at all.
So, as you hear, bzzt, damn, bzzt, damn, bzzt, damn, what are you trying to make it into?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's either I can make it into a pole, which is thin, or I can make it into the world's smallest great axe and then just have the handle sticking out of a backpack. I figure those are going to be the only two ways.
Okay. Run through me the list of things that you're trying.
Well, I mean, we got to try halberd first, and then obviously that's not going to work.
That's pretty big, yes.
And then I'm going to try to turn it into a lance because I'm like I can just adorn it with like favors, and it can be like, oh look, it's a thing. But a lance, it won't turn into a lance because it's too good to be a lance. And then a great sword, but then it looks and then a great sword, but then it looks exactly like it did before, and it's the opposite of the disguise. And then I consider turning it into a longbow for half a second, and I'm like, I would never do that to you. Like right now, I wouldn't do that to you. Maybe later, not now.
Okay.
And then I'm just like, okay, well, just I can't have you out. Just okay, a great axe, and then I'll just wrap the blade, and hopefully the handle will not be as bad. Probably just gonna have to go buy an extra long backpack anyway.
So Cyanrath's wings, as you squeeze it down to the smallest possible form, looks a great deal like a scaly blue turkey leg with a blade on it. So
you guys can laugh. That's great. Anybody want to pick this up? It's still heavy as hell.
No, I believe you, but
Thump on the table.
Yes, that's a little bit of a signature item. And let's see here. So who haven't we addressed? Dusk looks pretty much the same as always, but she's just sort of a big tabaxi. So, I mean, don't all tabaxi look alike? Dawn, though. Not a lot of tabaxi get seen sort of formally attired with glasses.
No, he's he does have a cloak, like the one that from Greenest. It's kind of shabby.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going to just kind of like wear less standy-outy clothes, like, because he tries to dress nice. But for this, he is not going to put everyone in danger by insisting on he dress like he normally does. And just kind of shabby. And I don't know if prestidigitation will do it, but just sort of like darken his glasses, have the cloak on, and maybe just get a stick and sort of pretend like he's blind.
Okay. Fair deal. Now, let's skip down to Waverly. And Waverly, I do have to caution you. The obvious disguise, the Great Mustachio, is unavailable to you because there are wanted posters for him already about the area. Waverly,
that's so rude.
Waverly, what are you doing, if anything, to disguise yourself?
Well, I think a little bit of makeup, shoe polish, whatever. Make some black spots on my face.
Okay.
I am a different mouse folk, obviously.
Different mouse folk, obviously. A spotted or spotted-er.
I am a spotty mouse folk.
Spotty mouse folk. And that brings us, I think, to Valandra, our blue glistening person.
She's been having trouble with that disguise because nothing really seems to stick to her since she's kind of constantly damp. So like makeup doesn't really work, and hair dye doesn't either. She was
for a wig. Let's get you a wig.
She was thinking that maybe she could pretend to be a half orc or a tiefling, as they're occasionally bluish tinged. And then maybe just get a face covering for like dust and environmental stuff and gloves, and hope that it's not remarked on very much.
Sounds good. These all seem like reasonable plans. And I would like, since you are all working together on this, everyone to please roll stealth with advantage, or deception with advantage, to set the bar of your disguises. And this is a combination of how well you just generally keep out of sight over the next while, and how natural looking whatever it is you're doing to yourself might be.
I am glad of that advantage.
That advantage is already paying bank for you folks.
No one was ever going to recognize me.
You're not even there.
You have like one spot around one eye. Like the
You
wishbone look.
You look just like that other mouse folk everybody knows. So, everybody's like, is that Despero? Really? Okay, there we go. At least that landed.
Casey, do we want to roll for Dusk, or are we okay with that since she's
we
not
will
here?
leave her pending.
Okay.
So misadventure may happen when she returns. We will find out about that. But looking each other over, everybody seems reasonably well disguised. You could pick Joey out of a crowd, but he tends to top most crowds, and he is carrying around a turkey leg. So, are there any other preparations before you would like to set out on the road, attempting to join up with the caravan? And the question turns over to you. How would you like to do that?
So do caravans commonly like travel together for safety on the road?
They sure do. Thank you for the reminder. I didn't explain that part yet. So the caravans setting out from Baldur's Gate are normally 20 to 40 wagons or groups of people that will move and set out a day at a time so that they can each reach the next way station or stop and then move on before the one behind them comes along. So they've been setting out pretty consistently over the last few days now that the spring weather has set in. Smaller groups of 5 to 10, larger groups of 20 to 40. The larger the group gets, the more concerns there are about space and resources, watering holes, that sort of thing, but also the safer they are. The smaller they are, the more likely there's going to be plenty of room in the way stations, but there's the risk of bandits and other things. As you start keeping an eye on the group that will be heading north that you suspect the cultists will fall in amongst, you see it's building up to be a fairly good-sized one, probably 30 wagons. Guards hire on, as do porters, servants, or just people heading north. Some people are buying passage on the wagons so they can ride along. Others are being paid to help stand guard. You have the option of buying on as a passenger, hiring on as guards, bringing your own wagon, or just walking alongside them and kind of paying attention to yourself. What angles would you guys like to attempt?
I forget, did we figure out who's who, like who we're supposed to actually be following?
So you have indications that the wagons for the cultists will be arriving at about this time and setting out. But I'm not sure you've picked out who might be amongst them that are the cultists. I think maybe an investigation from the party would be useful.
I cast guidance.
Good call.
I'll roll investigation.
Okay.
Someone want to assist?
Dawn can assist because he's pretending to be blind, like holding on, I guess, to his sister's arm, but he could still, like, behind his darkened glasses, like, glance around and not look like he's looking around.
All right.
How very Robin Hood of you.
That's what I was actually thinking.
Add a D4.
Waverly nailing it down. Go ahead and roll that D4.
Just cuz.
Just cause. 1.
One more than you had.
Still a solid investigation from the team, assisted by one of the wagons being from the town of Greenest. You're able to pick out some of the marks on one of the wagons as ones that you yourselves have carved into the side some years ago as a crude joke. I don't remember who carved it or what was carved, but I'm certain it was crude.
Why is everyone looking at me?
I'm not sure why they would. I don't know why anyone would suspect you're the one carving notches in something called a buckboard. But as that is done, you do pick out several more carts and wagons that you would suspect at least are among the cultists, though they don't give any sign of knowing one another. Perhaps 5 to 6 of the 30 wagons belong to or are piloted by cultists or members.
Yeah, seeing that they're like kind of scattered, I guess, or at least not all clumped up together, I would definitely have suggested to the group that we kind of do the same. Not that I want to split the party super far, but if they're looking for us, which they might not be, but if they are, they're going to be looking for a big group because that's how they saw us.
And we're way more recognizable if there's a blue person and a cat and like.
Then we're just checking boxes off of their wanted poster.
Mm.
So, yeah.
So are we thinking trying to
Dawn-
be guards with different wagons or something?
And Dawn can trade off to somebody else, so it's not like the two obvious, like, if someone notices Dusk, since she's more obvious than he is, like, he could trade off with someone else instead of being, like, stuck to her side.
Yeah.
I feel like Chloe and Joey would probably do the cliche half-orc, don't draw attention, just be a guard, take this thing, smash that thing. I think that would be the least attention drawing for us. Whereas if we tried to, like, I don't know, be a cook or something weird like that, it would draw more attention. It makes more sense for us to just be brute, I guess.
Yeah, that's super frustrating for Joey, too, because he knows that he's got to be, like, dumb half-orc. This is what he did. Like, he understands how caravans work. He knows how to properly defend them. You don't just sit at the caravan. You scout ahead. You find the bad points. It's going to be really irritating, but he'll put up with it.
Look, it's just a part-time job. You don't have to worry about doing a good job. Who cares? We're just following those guys.
How about a quick perception from Joey on his knowledge, having, air quotes, guarded caravans before? Joey, you do notice one wagon in particular. A male human is piloting it, and it appears to be loaded with silks. Now, silks are nice because they're fairly light, they're fairly bulky, which means that wagon, if it gets stuck in a rut, it'll be easy to get out. That's probably a good one to guard. Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course that one.
And we
Silk
wouldn't wanna get
sounds
stuck.
nice.
Getting stuck is bad.
Getting stuck is bad.
So are we thinking we should still probably be in like groups of 2 or something guarding wagons? Just so no one's alone and
I think 2 to 3, yeah. I mean,
If Dawn's pretending to be blind, then I think he should go with Talace because she probably doesn't look like a guard. And she could probably pass herself off as his caregiver a lot easier as a passenger.
Sounds good.
That works.
All right.
are
So,
Joey and Chloe doing the guard thing together, or because Waverly and Valandra are 2 of the more recognizable, so they probably shouldn't be a group.
Probably. Honestly, Waverly is inclined to just stay out of sight as much as possible, even with her disguise.
Would it be reasonable, and Waverly, tell me to go fuck myself if you don't want to do this, but those silks look awfully comfy. I mean, what if I, just you hang out in there, and if we need you, we'll have a safe word or something, and you pop out and kill things, as you do. And
Okay.
Valandra, you're well armored. I think you'd probably make a good-looking guard. I mean, shit, you tank stuff better than Chloe does sometimes.
And the other thing I can do is I could be a scout because I'm good at that.
Don't go away.
All
You were
right.
gone so long the last time.
All right. Okay. I'll
So true. So long.
All right. So
Even-
what I think? Go ahead.
Right
I was
on
just
top,
like,
I guess.
even with a disguise, mouse folk are probably not super common. So staying out of sight as much as possible is probably not a bad idea.
Mousefolk on the road are not super common. If you happen to be somewhere that mousefolk live, there's lots of them in small places. But out traveling the big world, a little less so.
Yeah, exactly.
The human who is transporting the silk, his name is Nairite, looks you over and is the deal that you're trying to wrangle, you will guard to take your small friend as a passenger? Is that the trade I think I'm hearing?
Yeah, well, look at her. She's got a bum toe, and, for someone so small, having one toe even broken, it really affects her walking. So we'll guard your stuff if you could just, let our friend ride in your soft, silky silks.
Get dramatic limp here. Dramatic limp.
He is teary-eyed at the idea. He
Make your
wants
eyes
to
water,
help
Waverly.
you. He needs to help you.
Big
He's-
sad mouse
he's-
eyes.
Consumed with the desire to assist this charming and obviously injured creature, but I do need a persuasion better than 2. I think that's better than 2.
Look
Yep.
at those eyes. Oh, my God.
So,
Pathetic I am.
for signing on as a guard, as guards, Nairite, yes, of course. I'm happy to have you aboard. Here, please make yourself comfortable. And if I could ask Waverly to please roll me a perception check.
Okay. Ooh. Not my
Waverly,
best.
You're
You make
incredibly
yourself-
comfy.
You make yourself comfortable. It is delightful. Not many people get to sleep upon silk, and you have miles of it for the size that you are to work with.
This is amazing. Are there any little scraps anywhere that I could take?
Oh,
Just like a little piece that fell off somewhere, or
even the smallest of pieces is worth quite a bit. They make wonderful handkerchiefs. Perhaps.
Are you asking that in character?
I am not asking that in character.
Oh. Oh, you're a little snitch one. Okay, sorry about that. I think maybe that would be a sleight of hand check when you feel the opportunity appropriate. But the others, as we start matching up people to people, there is a very heavy looking wagon that you can actually hear slosh as it moves along. It seems to be filled with wine and beer. That doesn't seem to make much sense, as that's very inexpensive and easily made locally. Transporting it must be almost a fool's errand. But someone appears to be making the attempt. You can smell oils and perfumes from coming from a dwarven merchant's trunk. A few entertainers scattered about, some travelers. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Who's traveling closest to the cultist wagon?
The nearest to it, because they are spaced out pretty well, but the one that you have identified is a man who's actually master of 2 wagons, both filled with furs, both cured and uncured. He's got the look of a trapper, not a merchant. But he does have 2 wagons in this caravan. He has a driver working under him and several laborers. They seem reasonable. He seems a bit, I'm going to kill it and skin it. His name is Tyranny. And as you approach, or even look in his direction, he's...
Beg your pardon, sir. I just, we're looking to join the caravan, and obviously it wouldn't be very useful for my friend here to be walking along. I was wondering if we might be able to buy passage to maybe sit in your cart?
Well, there's room in amongst the furs.
I'd surely appreciate it.
It would be a mite kind of you.
It's a silver a day if you want to sit in the cured ones. Copper a day if you want to sit in the uncured ones.
You probably don't want to sit in the uncured leathers, I'm just saying.
Probably not. That does not seem like an appealing...
How many days
set.
would we be traveling?
Could be as long as 2 to 4 months if you're going all the way north. But you don't know.
I mean, that's only up to 4 gold if it's 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not terrible still.
It's not terrible. So Talais will just nod her head and act like she's thinking it over, and pull out 1 gold coin to give to him. And she's like, well, let's just do this to start.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to look like she has a lot of money on her.
Yeah. Do you? Silver a day is 5 days, yeah. 5 days and pick back up again. And Tyranny gestures over at the man driving and his laborers, and these 2 in the good one.
And
some
Talais will
room.
very carefully help Dawn into the good one.
And some room is made for you. And
And he pats Talais's arms like, thank you so much.
I think Valandra might try and get hired on by that one coming up separately because she's a little worried about leaving the 2 casters with no one to protect them.
Fair enough. So you come up to this great beast of a man, and just remind me, how tall are you?
5 foot.
And yet you're wearing what right now?
I am wearing chainmail.
Okay.
And a mace, obviously, on my my belt, I suppose.
So you start walking up, and
disguised as a half orc right now.
And disguised as a very short half orc.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, technically, that's like, what, a quarter orc? Because you're like a blue-green.
Hey, you know what? If half orcs assist, so do quarter orcs. It has to be true.
It's mathematically correct. So I think we need a little intimidation roll to see how this walk-up strut goes.
Oh God. Okay. Intimidation. No.
So maybe you got the sun behind you, but no. He just looks down. He's like, "What the hell are you?"
And she'll do her. She'll do her best to look offended, but it doesn't necessarily work very well.
Is your offended look a pout or a skull? Be honest.
she's not actually really offended, but she's trying for a scowl.
Okay.
But it's probably halfway in between. And she'll say that she's looking to get hired on to guard the caravan. She's a yeah.
He looks down. He's like, "Why don't you run away from home and forget to take money? It's a silver to ride."
Just a moment. This seems like a terrible idea, but I'm tempted to have her like challenge him to a fight to prove she's tough enough.
You're gonna go for it.
Remember that thing about not drawing it to... Okay, bye.
It's okay.
The quarter orc.
It's okay. Sometimes you gotta let them drown on their own. I'm sure she'll get swimming just fine.
I think she's just trying to act like how she thinks a half orc generally should, which generally they seem kind of proud people, especially when you
The
question their courage. So
yeah. So let's hear it. Let's hear this challenge.
Okay. So yeah, she'll kind of try and puff herself up. Again, doesn't necessarily work very well, but say, I'm a damn sight tougher than you, and I challenge you to prove me wrong.
And Akreni sort of looks down. He scratches his belly. Hey, Giuseppe, push this little one down, or she gets your pay.
Oh, God.
And one of the laborers just turns and looks at you, and he's a bulky fellow. He kind of looks torn for a second, and then he sees you're in chainmail and carrying a mace, and I think you've even got a shield on.
Yep.
And he's like, you sure you don't want to just pay the silver?
And she says, I'm here to work.
Alright. And he walks over, and as he gets close, are you making the first move?
Nope.
Alright. He reaches out, and he tries to grapple you. Please give me a strength, athletics or acrobatics, and beat a 10.
Yep.
He grabs hold of you, and he goes, and tries to push you down, and you're just sort of standing there. He's like, what do you do, if anything, in response?
Since he hasn't actually attacked me, I will attempt to grapple him.
Well, I mean, it was a grapple, so this was a trying to throw you down. So yes,
I
please
know,
do.
but it still feels uncharitable to draw weapons
Half orc.
first.
Sure.
That's also true, but I already rolled, so.
All right, fair deal. He just hits. So it's kind of a shoving, like maybe he was going light and you were going, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh no! Time to fall down, little one." And he tries to pick you up and slam you down. He's like, "Oh, heavy! Please give me another athletics acrobatics." But
Ooh,
Reroll
okay.
he does.
We have a reroll. Do a reroll.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally
I'll
worth it.
re-roll it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
There we go.
Belora.
He grabs low, gets a hold of your chain, starts to lift you up, and is about to slam you down, and you just wrap up around his arm. He's like, let go. And what are you doing now that you have perched upon his shoulder, basically?
Ooh.
Bite
I
it.
will. No. I will. I will pretend to punch him, and when I touch him, cast inflict wounds.
Okay. Please go ahead. I believe that requires an attack roll. Ow!
24.
I think you just killed him.
No, don't kill him.
Yeah, I was not expecting to roll that well on that spell.
Yeah. Giuseppe drops like a stone, the life fleeing from his eyes.
Is he immediately dead? Do I?
Yeah,
Oh,
he is.
shit.
Oh,
That is-
shit.
That is more than twice Giuseppe's maximum hit points.
Can I cast
Yeah.
Healing Word?
Kill
Can I cast
Giuseppe.
Healing Word before he goes down?
No, he's just so dead.
Oh my god!
So Giuseppe drops. Like, you go to punch, you do the death touch, 5-finger exploding heart palm. He's down. You land atop him, What do you do then?
Can I? Okay. I'm gonna try and sneakily cast Revivify. 'Cause I did not
okay.
mean to kill him. That was not what Valandra wants.
Okay.
I wanted to win the fight.
I will need a let's. Okay, so you're in a pile. Tell me what you're doing. Is sneakily is like a stealth, I think. Stealth,
Could it-
maybe?
Could it
What do you
be-
need to do to cast Revivify?
Here,
Spend a
let me
level one.
look up. Let me look
I-
up Revivify.
I am okay with this being a use of our diamond dust.
She
How much did we
also
buy?
we bought 900 gold pieces, and she paid at least 300 for it, so she'll just have hers be. I mean, it's not like we're dividing it anymore, but
Okay, it is a one-action spell.
it is a one action spell.
So
And-
I need either stealth if you're doing sneaky, or something else if you're trying to pass it off as something else.
Sleight of hand, maybe, to touch her holy symbol as she's pretending to try and like slap him awake.
Sure, absolutely.
Do we sorry to be spending so much. Do we have like an inspiration I could use for this? Because I'm not good at sleight of hand.
I hope we do.
You do now.
because-
All right.
Okay,
now.
thank you. That did not go how she planned.
Oh! Okay. So, obviously, this has garnered some attention.
Oh, God.
This was a challenge. Everybody's kind of antsy, trying to get to know one another. A nice little brawl's kind of an interesting way to mix it up. And I did hear at least a few of the completely unaffiliated people throwing comments and suggestions. So a little crowd has gathered. Would someone do me the kindness of rolling 1d20 to represent how many non-unaffiliated party members were there?
Who wants to roll this?
Low would be good for you guys, just so you know.
Nope.
Oh wow!
Okay.
I
Oh,
figured.
Voted out of doing stuff.
All right. So,
God.
almost everybody knew something shady just went down. They were like, what just happened? And part of the problem is that Giuseppe leaps up, screaming like a little girl who's just died and been resurrected. He has soiled himself and is now running away from the party because he just died. So,
I should have just done like word of
you're the better
radiance.
guard.
So that didn't go as planned.
It got the end result, but there was a lot in the middle there that
Very smooth. Very smooth.
We spent 300 gold on getting you car.
300
Yeah, that
gold versus a couple of silver. Good trade. Good trade.
that was more than the silver there. Whoops.
Dawn's just like tapping Talaze's arm, like, "What's going on? Why is someone screaming?"
Yes, several of the people moving alongside you realize that there's a little more to you than just a strong punch. But none of them seems to be willing to die to reveal it.
God.
With that resolved,
That's like the best interview for a job ever.
Hey, you killed that interview.
Killed it.
absolutely. With that, the merchants start calling out, preparing to leave and set out. They get underway. It does take a good while to get all the wagons moving and going. Everyone's sort of sorting out where in the line they are going to be. But they do set out, and they let you know, look, we're going to be passing through the fields of the dead. Going to keep fires and lights to a minimum. Voices down. No. Keep your heads down. Not much happens, but with what's been happening to the south, best not take risks.
All right, Talace has to ask because reasons. What's happened in the south?
Oh, all that trouble with the iron, those undead, all the orcs. Damn near came to war between and Baldur's
What?
Gate.
Is that why there's no ships heading south?
Well, can't speak to that, but unless you want to go all the way to Kalasham, can't see as why you would head south.
Fair enough.
Now, if someone would please take the fate of the party into their hands and roll a d20.
Oh, God.
An 18, 19, or 20 will make things a little more interesting on your first leg of the journey.
I normally volunteer to roll it, but I think I've probably made
I rolled like I
enough.
never rolled before.
So Talace enables you to get underway. The first day, I can't say it passed uneventfully. Someone did die, but it ends as expected. Small
Didn't die for
camps are set
long.
up. Didn't die for it's a temporary state.
Did he come back, or did he like run from the caravan completely?
Oh no, he is gone. He is so gone. Giuseppe is on his way to as we speak. But you do now have your places within the caravan. There's not a lot of talk as you head away from Baldur's Gate and into the fields of the dead. Everybody seems to want to keep quiet and to themselves. A lot of uneasy glances cast out into the fields. You move across the grasslands away from the river itself, and it gets a little swampy. Lots of pools of stagnant water, lots of biting flies, lots of odd-looking hillocks. 2, 3, 4 days pass this way, and on the 5th night, after everyone's settled back in, the small encampments are made. Can I please have each of you roll a perception check?
Not advantage.
Nope, not advantage. Okay. Valandra, Talace, you don't really hear anything over the horses and people talking in whispers. Joey, you get kind of a creepy sensation, and Chloe, it's a little worse for you. But Waverly and Dawn, you can pick out at a distance and just on the edge of hearing someone hoarsely crying for help. It's a raw-throated croak that's just barely above a whisper at this point, but it's carrying through the night air and reaching you. It seems as though, away to the west, out in the fields of the dead, someone needs help.
We should probably do something about that. We should probably.
So
guys.
we've made a camp sort of thing. Like, are we all together?
Yes, so all the wagons have drawn up close to one another in a sheltered area. No real lights have been lit, but everyone's pressed close enough together, and there's enough light that even the humans can tell where other people are, and occasionally a small candle or magic light is used. But everyone's pretty well bedding down and keeping guard.
There's somebody calling for help.
Are you shouting that or just coming to tell us?
I am coming to tell you that.
Okay.
There's somebody out there who needs help.
How far off would you say? Because Edgar could go take a scout, and then he could actually be blind for a little bit.
Edgar, does Edgar have dark vision?
No.
No.
But he could sort of.
I'm not sure how much good Edgar would do out there.
True.
I mean, he's like, yeah.
Why
there's
don't
a lot
ravens have dark vision? Like, why don't cats have dark vision?
I cannot answer this for you.
That
But
seems
okay.
stupid.
Okay, I'm gonna cast light on can I find a stick nearby? And I'll cast
Sure.
light on that.
Can you cast light on Edgar?
Am I
Or
allowed
no,
to cast light on? I don't know if I'm allowed to cast light on him.
I guess
you could cast light on Edgar, sure.
Okay, I will cast light on Edgar. And then
Edgar's kind of been around, but like he's not
Okay.
really been around Dawn. Like he's just stray bird that may show up.
All right.
in-
So you've all sort of, or at least a portion of you, have gathered quietly to discuss this. Light is a not very far radius spell. I think 30 feet, maybe 60 feet.
Let me double check here.
But I mean, once it's there, it continues. But just
yeah.
double check how far it is. Okay.
Bright light for 20 feet, dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay.
And it lasts an hour.
Okay. Absolutely. You cast light upon Edgar, and suddenly a jet black raven is casting a 20-foot sphere of light in the middle of camp.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
You
Put
hear
that shit out.
You hear quite a lot of that. You hear weapons being readied. You hear things happening. And what is Edgar doing?
He's gonna immediately like shriek and freak out and fly off.
Okay.
And Dawn will go into him and see what he can see.
Okay.
Unless he's blinded by the light since he's glowing.
He is not blinded by the light, but at least one of the guards is attentive enough and quick enough to get a shot off at Edgar. The arrow flies straight.
I don't think so. Let me check.
No, not even. Nah, 7.
I don't remember what his.
It's got to be more than 7.
Yeah, the arrow flies stray, and Edgar makes it out into the fields of the dead. From the camp, you hear, "Is that a will-o-wisp? I don't know. It looked like some demon bird. I'm scared." Edgar wings across the fields. It's some 300 feet away before he catches sight of a depression in the ground where it seems these calls are coming from. How far can you see through his eyes?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. All right. So he
or like he can go 1,000.
He can go 1,000 feet. Okay,
before I can't see anymore.
you got it. And what he sees...
Oh,
and
I'm
he
wrong.
is-
100
oh,
feet.
100 feet.
100 feet.
So he...
That's a very
The-
big difference.
The wording, the wording of that spell is never clear to me. Whether the limit is also you seeing through his eyes. It's
Because
that's
you
how
can
much
see
you can
through the raven's
communicate.
eyes and hear what he hears while it's within 100 feet of you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's
And because
Gotcha.
he's different. He's not like a normal
yep. Gotcha.
thing.
So he leaves your ability to perceive, continuing on for some way, and then he returns, echoing to you what he's seen, translated through his thoughts, a depression or hole somewhat filled with water and giant bones, containing 2 humans and a cart, away some 300 to 400 feet to the west.
So he'll whisper that to Lace. Just sort of like muttering old people talk.
And then she'll convey it to the group.
Now, Edgar is a bright beacon of light. He has to fly back within 100 feet to communicate to you.
Yes, but he
I can dismiss the spell.
Okay, you can, absolutely.
Dismiss the spell. Once that information has been
Phew.
passed on, he's not glowing anymore.
Fair enough.
and he's gonna fly. He's not gonna come super close to the encampment just in case.
Everyone seems a lot more relaxed once the horrible
Like-
bird is
The light
gone.
goes out.
Those cries go fainter.
But yeah, we definitely need to go.
Are we sure that's a good idea?
Somebody needs help.
Stop shouting.
Somebody needs help.
I understand that. I understand that, but we can't all run off in a group because we could be easily identified if we do that.
But we can't leave them to die. They're stuck in a bog. They will die.
They could also be a trap.
I don't care. I would rather walk into a trap than leave somebody to die.
Not every fight is our fight.
Well, look, I'll go with you if you're not gonna. I'll go on my own.
Talace turns to Chloe because help.
Chloe and Joey are not over there. Like, Waverly jumped out of the silk wagon and took off, and Chloe said something to the effect of, oh gosh, I guess 5 days is enough to heal a foot. It's a miracle. Oh, bless the gods.
You know what? Talace is just going to look at Waver and be like, just stay here for a moment. I'm going to go get Chloe. And she'll go over to the wagon and be like, beg your pardon, I think that you've lost something over by our wagon. Small, broken foot.
Did she wander over there? Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, and she'll turn to Shar. I'll be right back. I gotta go get our friend. She's asking for scraps over by the pretty ladies over there. Or pretty
And then-
lady.
And then Talace just kind of walks real close and talks real low and be like, we heard someone shouting off into the distance about 300 yards that direction, whichever direction it is. And Waverly wants to run off and go to a rescue for strangers in parts unknown all by her lonesome.
Well, you can come with me if you want.
Chloe, like, trying to be aware of who's watching or may or may not be watching, is like, oh, I'm so sorry. Waverly has such a big heart, she sometimes doesn't know what to do. Waverly, we can't save everybody. And she'll talk like you're deaf and broken-toed. I don't know. We can't save everybody. Look, we gotta go make sure, this caravan is safe, you're safe. And then we gotta go check on your family. Look, there's like 13 of you down up where are we going? Up there. With that, they need help too. Beverly, you can't help everybody, sweetie, especially if you're broken toe. Now come on, come back in the soft silks. I'm so sorry. She was probably attracted to your pretty blue hair. You're very glowy and bright, and she probably went over there. Was there a bird here?
Okay, first off, Beverly, that's the best fake name you can come up with?
Best fake name in the world.
Everybody's just getting a B added to your name. Valandra did some crazy stuff. I'm kind of upset at Valandra if I knew who that was. I wouldn't talk to her. It's
Do
very
not
unlikely.
put a B in front of my name. Do not substitute the T for a B in my name.
I don't even know what your name is, pretty lady, but I'm sure it starts with not a B. Anyway. Come on, sweet Beverly. Say goodbye to the nice, pretty blue lady. I'm sure the people asking for help, they'll be fine. There's tons of guards elsewhere that can go. And if it makes you uncomfortable, we'll ask around and see, some rumors at the next place we stop or something. Okay?
Are you seriously going to tell me that we're not going to go help them? We are here, they are calling for help, and we're not going to help them.
Trust me, I want to help people too, but sometimes you have to choose which people need the helping more than the other people that need the helping. And her eyes are just getting big, and she's getting lost in her own, analogies of people and things that are going on.
So 5 to 10 minutes have passed. Those croaking.
Yeah, I think
calls for help.
Valandra would listen to this for a couple minutes and then just start walking towards the cries for help.
Yep.
One of the guards.
She's a neutral, good cleric, and people are calling for help. She's gonna go help them.
Yep. Waverly is gonna squirm away, and off she goes. And she'll be, all right, move through the darkness for a little bit, and then once she's a little bit away from the caravan, she'll cast light on her sword, so she can see where she's going.
As Valandra starts walking away, one of the other guards of the caravan, hey, what do you? Oh, help and save me! It's you. Just go. Get the heck out of your way. So far I've heard Waverly sneaking away, and
Absolutely.
Valandra. Anyone else embarking?
I'm blind.
Talais looks over at Dawn and goes, "Would you like to go for a walk? Stretch your legs." She's just very not happy with the situation, but she needs an excuse to get them out of the camp if they're gonna go.
You think it's a good idea?
Well, I think that you could do with a walk, and no one should be going around alone.
Chloe walks back to the silk thing with Joey.
Dude, I haven't even gotten off of the cart. It's nighttime. This is when you hit a caravan.
Yeah, so I think Talais and Dawn are also going to be trailing behind, pretending like they're just going for a walk.
Even if it's a
This is a
trap,
good
we
idea.
need to know. We need to know if it's a trap.
Yeah, Dawn is being very complainy old person, as they do. She's like,
All right.
my legs!
One of the guards does, you really don't want to, they just, you got your business. If you come out here to let the old blind guy walk off in the distance and you come back alone, that's how we treat dogs. I mean, I guess that's how you treat Tabaxi.
Oh,
Wow.
So there's a little odd thoughts here and there, but eventually the party meets up and light is cast by Waverly's sword over a large depression. The size.
That's a big sword.
Really quick, like, are we like
This is a
far
big
enough
skull.
away that, like, if she lights up the thing and we're all together, like, will everybody be able to see?
300. So a football field away. They would be able to see you if not for that you're keeping low and you're moving towards depressions. So there's hillocks and grass and bushes and trees and things in the way. They can see your light, but not what's going on.
Probably
It's
just
the
think
bird
it's
again.
Yeah, it's just a weird bird. Come on.
It's that weird bird thing again. Or that's just how you say goodbye to your tabaxi friends. The Edgar failed entirely to convey the size of the giant bones he was referring to. The skull you see, and it does appear to be bone, or at least a petrified form of bone, greater than any giant you've ever seen. Perhaps the body of a dead titan or god. The remnants of a sword with a gem still glowing green in the hilt, scattered about the bottom of this depression. A cart on its side and shattered. A dead horse laying half in the water, and two humans who have put their backs to either side of the sword blade, staying up out of the water. They look terrible. Their faces are sunken in and emaciated. They are all bloodied. Their legs are bound up with rags and bits of woods, trying to splint what must be hideous injuries from the crash. Can I please have a perception from whoever is doing the most spying over the edge at this point?
Well, Dawn is going to cast Detect Magic just in case.
Okay.
Like, if they're, like, disguising themselves with something like
Sure.
what's her Oni face
Mhm.
had been doing. So, he could do that for free.
All right. Waverly's probably going to be the perception person.
Talisa is going to assist because she can see in the dark.
Okay.
All right.
So the singular point that is glowing magically is that gem, but the type of magic defies your understanding. It is not of a school or classification that you recognize.
That is fascinating.
Can we take it?
It's a little far away and a little big, but I'm sure if you tried hard enough. In the meantime,
first things first.
You get to carry it. You get to carry it.
Like, how big is it?
well, it's almost 2 foot across.
Wow, it's as big as me.
It is a Waverly
sized
gem.
Yeah, but he's just like fascinating.
Yes, this
It's like,
is.
whoa. He doesn't say why just yet, but it's just whoa.
But Waverly also picks out that the horse has suffered terrible wounds, even beyond that you would expect from the crash. The flesh appears to have been stripped away from most of the lower half of the horse, meaning the part that is near or under the water.
Oh god, there's something in the water, isn't there?
Does it smell funny?
Does the water smell funny?
Is it water or is it like acid?
A quick test reveals that it appears to be water. The plants nearby don't appear to be diseased. The grass is in it. It is certainly not acidic enough to melt flesh.
So there's something in the water.
Or something attacked the horse, and that's how they ended up down there.
I don't know. I don't know. You said the people look really emaciated?
They look like they've been down there for a while.
Huh.
How far down are they? Is it straight 30 feet?
They're about 30 feet away from you, but they're also about 10 to maybe 15 feet down from the ledge you're currently on. So Pythagoras would say they're like 40-some feet away. I'm going to say they're 30 feet away and 15 feet down.
All right. I'll cast Healing Word on the closest one to me.
Okay. Please go ahead and cast Healing Word. As you do so, you can see several of the wounds knit.
I'll cast Healing Word on the other one.
I like the names, by the way.
They're good names.
Doesn't make me suspicious of these people at all.
Why would that make you suspicious?
I wonder.
One looks almost entirely recovered. The other looks considerably better. But both, though they stir and sort of reach towards you and try and make noise, seem to be suffering from intense dehydration or starvation and exhaustion. It does not appear that they would be able to move under their own power.
Is there any easy way to get down?
Or to get across without touching the water?
The climb would not be particularly difficult, half movement speed to get down safely, or acrobatics to do it at full speed.
Or Dawn can just
Or Dawn
get
just
there.
goes.
Or Dawn just goes.
Or Dawn.
And as to crossing the water, if you were to hop and skip along the blade of the sword and try and stay to the hillocks and the little patches of grass, you could probably keep out of the water.
How
All
are we
right.
gonna get them back up? Getting
You
down's
know-
not the problem. Getting them back up is going to be the issue.
I can go over to them. I'll tie a rope around them, and then you guys, who are obviously a little bit stronger than me, can pull pull them
So
out.
Valandra.
So Valandra is the strong one here.
Look, even Dawn is stronger than me. Let's be honest, okay?
Is he?
I guarantee you, you're
What-
stronger
what?
than Lace.
What is Dawn's strength?
9.
Yeah, that's stronger than Waverly.
He's still less than average. So.
All right.
Yeah, Waverly is a 7, but she's also 2 feet tall. You know,
She's allowed.
she's allowed to not.
She has an excuse. He's just like,
This calls to mind arguments about the war and about who needed to carry the trash out. Oh, I'm too weak to carry the trash out. You must do it.
Anyway, all
And then poor Valandra carried the trash.
And then as they're arguing, Valandra just does it.
Fair enough. So for no particular reason, I'm going to hit a button. And if I could ask
Oh,
I knew
everyone
it.
to please add themselves to the turn order.
man, someday I'll be able to roll a good initiative. I really should be able to roll a better initiative.
Oh man, it's a high initiative.
All right. So, Talace, are you doing anything? They're just laying there, arms outstretched, looking sickly and tired.
God, she doesn't want to do this, like at all. Why do I have to have the highest initiative? That's not
Oh,
fair.
you could just wait. You could say I do nothing.
You know what? I'll just can I can't like hold a movement, can I?
I mean, only if you said I'm moving here.
Because like the only thing I would do is like follow someone down. That's the only thing that she would, because she does not go first. That's just not how we do this anymore.
Sure.
After getting hit in the face with lightning, she doesn't go first anymore. So I guess that's like if someone starts going down, she'll wait a pace and follow them.
Okay. De Plume, though you do not know the name, simply waves and beckons you closer. Dawn, anything?
he's gonna go down. So they were gonna tie ropes around them and haul them up. That was the plan. Like he's more interested in the stone,
Okay.
but he doesn't want.
We can look at the stone too, but first
I
we
know,
gotta-
but he's his heart right now is for the stone, but he knows better because the three of them will just bitch if he walks by. So he's gonna, because he knows them well enough.
And suddenly he's
So-
glad he came along.
It's 15 feet down, so he could just do that.
Yep.
So 15. I guess like hop to here,
Okay.
and he could.
And
Like just
Dawn,
yeah.
would you please roll me an acrobatics check and not get lower than a 10?
Oh, man,
Ooh.
he has missed every day. Oh well.
Oh!
You hop, skip, and a jump right across, and as you land on the stone-looking sword, you realize that's just a dusty covering of a blade that is still quite slick and quite sharp, and you start skittering on it. But you get a foot on the ground and a foot on the blade, and you're like, I'm probably not going to want to jump on the edge of this, but you're all right.
It would be like, this is an actual sword.
Does seem to be.
Oh,
Not
And
just
since
a
he went down,
statue
that would be my trigger to move, correct?
Yep,
Since he
so
went.
go ahead and start
would
scooting
get-
yourself along.
That would probably be as far as she could get. Since it's half speed.
well, he was gonna So, real quick, were they gonna like hang a rope down there, and then tie them to try to lift them, or like make a harness out of rope, or like how is this? How exactly were they planning on doing this?
I was thinking harness, and then like tug of war from the store.
So it'll probably take both him and Talais to move one. Yeah. So
Can
he's
I
gonna
have-
wait.
Can I have a survival check, just from the party in general, whoever would like to roll it, for your ability to make a fireman carry / harness / whichever.
Who has
don't think-
actual survival, and we will help you.
I have a one.
I
I
don't
have a one.
I'm not trained, but I have wisdom, so I think that's probably the best we're gonna get right now.
All right, let's see some survival.
With help.
There we
19.
go.
God. We don't need
Nicely
the help.
done.
It's fine.
All right, harnesses are arranged. You could certainly lash one of these people to yourselves and get up out of it with a little bit of help, tugging and pulling. This does not seem like it's going to be a horrible
Yeah, because
trip.
Dawn has a climb speed, so he
Mhm.
doesn't really need to roll for any of that, so he could sort of help guide up.
Just need to get one of them on your back and up the hill. Dawn, any other actions for you at the moment?
He will see if she could stand. He or she could stand. This one.
Movement of 0, so they can just barely flop around.
Okay. We'll attempt to start lifting, and then wait for Talais to help.
All right. As that begins to happen, Valandra.
Let's see. I don't think she has anything this turn since she has to stay up to possibly drag people up.
Okay. Which brings us to Waverly.
Or she'll toss a rope down for Talais to climb back up.
Sure.
When she has.
Preparations are made. Waverly.
All right. I'm gonna just parkour down the cliff here
Mm-hmm.
with Whoops! Not that one. Not that one. This one.
So as you begin crowding at the water's edge, Waverly, would you please give me a second acrobatics roll to keep out of the water? Plenty fine.
I'm good. Could probably throw a little backflip in there.
Good do. All right. So, Nam, sort of arm flopping on Dawn's shoulder as they start working about getting this harness done. And then, Dawn, you feel a weird sensation, a wave of nausea and pressure, a migraine the likes of which you've never had. May I please have a DC 12 intelligence saving throw?
Come on, Don.
Oh!
Dawn, you're struck by 11 points of psychic damage.
Can you tell where it's coming from? Like that rock over there?
You will know in 1 second.
The person that you're touching.
Dawn, your number is about to roll.
Yes.
You would very much like this number to be lower than your intelligence.
Oh God.
Is that lower than your intelligence?
The maximum intelligence number?
Than your
Yes.
intelligence score. Okay.
Yes.
You take 11 points of psychic damage, and you can feel the horrible pressure seems to be coming from Nam.
Another 11?
No, just the straight 11.
Okay.
Yep, you
So,
took 11 points of damage, and horrible pressure on your mind seems to be coming from Nam.
He is going to shove her in, just shove her off, if possible, when it's his
Okay.
turn, into the water.
Fair enough.
Just gonna be like, he's cursing right now. Just like, "Frah."
Is it
So-
obvious that something just happened to Dawn?
I think Dawn's reacting pretty violently right now. Yes, Dawn is hissing and as quickly as possible getting this harness off and is about to throw Nam into the water, but it hasn't happened yet. Talace, what are you doing?
Okay, wow. So this is bad. This is very, very bad. Hang on. Sorry, I gotta scare my cat. Sorry. Don't know what he was doing. Hi. Don't do whatever it was you were doing. I will target Nom, since that person is the one who is clearly causing a problem, and I will cast Dissonant Whispers on them.
Okay. Dissonant Whispers, a wisdom saving throw. That's not right. You did
He
really
failed.
bad on.
He
You did
failed
really
it.
bad on
He
that, but
failed
here.
really
He
bad.
failed it even on a 1d200.
All right, so 1d20, he still fails.
So
But
they fail, and they have to run as far as their movement speed will take them away from me.
unfortunately, Nam does not have 10 points of life with which to run away from you.
It's fine.
Nam falls dead, his head bulging
What?
from the psychic damage. What do you mean, what?
I mean, this is one hell of a rescue attempt, I gotta say.
I healed it, and then I killed it.
Talace giveth and Talace taketh away.
He sure does.
Talace, anything else for you?
She's gonna look at Waverly and be like, "It attacked Dawn."
And as that is announced, the plume, hands stretching towards Dawn. Dawn, could I have a DC 12 intelligence saving throw, please? That is a pass. You feel that same horrible pressure on your mind, but no damage dealt as the plume flails towards you. Dawn, what are you doing?
Oh, get out of there! Get out of there!
Whoops.
Disengage and
He's-
run.
Fair.
He's just gonna like turn around and magic missile the hell out of it. He's like done with
Or
it.
you could do that. I mean,
Like all of them.
The plume's body shudders. Wood, as magic missiles belt into it. It falls to pieces, bits of its body pulsing and writhing on the ground.
He's just like, huh. Sort of like shakes off gross. And look back at the others, and then like he doesn't even care about these guys. He's like, I'm gonna go look at the stone over there. So acrobatics over to how are we doing this?
Sure. It's a little run along a metal sword edge, but sure.
Blank. Let's not kill myself, hopefully. Because he has, skipped all the days, not
Mhm.
just leg days.
But he's a kitty cat, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Hey,
apparently.
who needs leg days, eh, Joey? Dawn, anything else for you?
No, I think he could just get here and sort of,
Okay.
because he was going to just sort of inspect more.
And have you cast any concentration spells before you started since your detect magic? I don't think so.
No.
Do me a favor, roll a quick con save to see if you managed to keep it up through the pain that you felt. Yes. So your detect magic is still in effect, and you can see that deep within this sword hilt is a gem radiating magic. And as you get closer to it, you realize it's not Waverly size. This gem must take up a significant portion of the interior of the hilt as well. This gem must be easily 5 foot across, the metal encasing it, except for that small bit visible.
Well, you've got a harness.
Valandra,
Um,
things have happened.
You just
yeah.
watched them.
She's kind of horrified right now. She'll shout, "What happened? What are you guys doing?" and start climbing down after. I guess that's as far as she can go since Talais is kind of in the way there.
Would it be safe to just nudge me over?
It would be safe if you made an acrobatics roll as you were nudged.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Give me an acrobatics. Don't roll lower than a 10. You manage to keep yourself dry, clinging to the wall, making room for Valandra to come down. Anything else?
And seeing that he's kind of hurt, she will healing word Dawn.
Okay. As Valandra calls out her words of healing and encouragement, Waverly, what are you up to?
Waverly's just gonna squeeze past everybody and head over to about here.
Okay. Acrobatics, don't roll 10 or lower.
We're good.
I don't think
Fine
she
and
can't
dandy.
roll 10 or lower.
10 is the absolute lowest I can roll. Right?
11 actually.
It's the
11.
lowest you can-
Yes.
Oh,
Waverly
I
just,
guess so, yeah. Yeah.
Waverly just dances along the sword blade. Anything else for you?
I want to take a look at these corpses. Like, do they look actually human, or are they just fake human, or
They
I want?
And is the examination going to be the end of the turn?
I will be right back, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that was going to be the end of the turn.
Okay.
So, was it
Uh,
investigation? Did you say?
Yep. Give me a investigation or medicine, either way.
Let's do investigation. That's a better idea.
All right. So this human is dead. It looks very dead. I mean, you can see bits of brain. I mean, this human has been very thoroughly deaded. Boy, you don't remember there being as much bits of brain a second ago as you see now. Wait, why are there more bits of brain?
Oh shit!
A brain with legs claws its way out of Nom's head, looking at Waverly. You might have heard of these creatures.
I was gonna say earlier they're actually mind flayers, but I was joking.
I am
Not mind flayers, but they
I
are.
know, that would be
devourers.
more horrifying. But,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
what did I miss? Because I had to take my
There-
cat to it.
That's all right.
The brain came out to
A
say
brain
hi.
Came
climbed out of the corpse.
I
It's an
poked it,
intellect
and that
devourer.
was a mistake.
You did. You poked the dead body,
Oh,
you
gross.
learned nothing?
Don just turns around and he's like, really?
The belegged brain claws at you. Does a 22 hit?
That does hit. I would like to use uncanny dodge,
Okay.
and that'll have that. So three
And
damage.
You take 3 points of slashing damage, but at the same time as the claws strike, you feel a horrible pressure in your mind. Please roll me a DC 12 intelligence saving throw. Well done. That pressure is just a headache, but not a migraine. Nom the brain. Well, it doesn't really look at you. It doesn't have eyes, but it seems interested in you. Talace, a brain has emerged.
Gross. I have so many AoE spells. This is not. I should really go for something that's a little bit more direct next time. Can't use that. That'll hurt Waverly.
Can you burn the other body before anything climbs out of that one?
Not without burning you.
Oh, that's not good.
Wait. Does Diplume have any metal around the head area?
Not around the head area specifically.
Aside from the sword that it's laying on.
I mean, you could try and heat the sword, but that would probably be bad for a lot of people.
Yeah, that was the original thought, and I'm like, nope, Waverly's standing on it. Why does everyone always have to stand on top of the bad guy?
Well, sorry.
You should be.
I have no regrets about being here. It could have been somebody in trouble.
There were people in trouble just a few days ago.
Yeah, we're all gonna have a talk with you about this later, Waverly. All right, sure. Can the brain hear? Is that a possibility?
The brain might be able to hear.
God, I don't want to waste the spell, but it's the only thing I got that's not going to involve harming anybody else. I'll cast Dissonant Whispers on it again.
All right. Wisdom saving throw.
So it can hear.
It can hear.
And it takes 13 damage, and if it's able to
13.
move, it's going to run the hell away from me.
Points of damage. And it reuses its reaction to start running away from you. And it actually moves quite quickly. Leaping and bounding. It is nimble like a really weird-looking cat.
Which one did you fire at? This.
Nom.
Come, hit the right button.
Yeah, because it hasn't moved yet.
Yeah, that was all me. You know what? You're actually moving a straight. What? Come on, roll 20.
It has to move
Come on, roll
away
20.
from me as
Yeah,
fast
that's what
as
I
it
was
can.
trying to do. Waverly and Dawn. If you wish attacks of opportunities, you will have the opportunity to do so. Waverly first.
Absolutely.
A 16 is a hit. 8 points of damage is struck. I do not think you have it.
I think it's
So it would be the 11.
It's 11.
It's the 11, yeah.
11. Brain jelly slides along the sword as it is squished mid-leap, trying to get away from you. It dies.
It's a good spell.
Talace, anything else?
You know there's probably one in the other body.
I do, but I can't make another attack. I will she will attempt to move. Obviously, she'll be able to get right there if she can do
Okay.
this.
Give me a quick acrobatics as you leap from barrel to blade to barrel. Plenty fine. Talise, any other actions for you?
No, everyone seems okay, so we're
As might have been expected, another brain crawls out. This from De Plume. It claws at the nearest Waverly. It's a 16 hit.
Yes, it does. Uncanny dodge again with my
Okay.
reaction. So I never remember. Is it
Oh,
round
no,
up
wait,
or-
hang on. No reaction left. You used it to attack.
Oh, that's
Did.
right. I haven't had a turn yet.
No,
Dang.
No turn yet.
All right.
9 points of slashing damage.
Fine.
And please roll me an intelligence saving throw versus 12.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Waverly, you would very much like for this next number to be less than your intelligence score.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is less than my intelligence.
The brain continues its pressure against your head. You take 13 points of psychic damage.
Holy shit.
But it doesn't quite scramble your thoughts. Dawn,
Yeah, he's.
and I did see the
Ow.
promote an ad.
No, maybe not. That one.
The first one, no. The second one, yes. 12 points of damage struck to De Plume, the Intellect Devourer. Anything else for you, Dawn?
Nope. He's gonna take steps back over here.
Okay. Valandra.
She is going to Sacred Flame at the Intellect Devourer there.
The Intellect Devourer does not appreciate this. Dexterity save. Not good enough. 11 points of damage dealt is more than De Plume can handle.
And then Healing Word on Waverly.
Waverly
Oh, thank you.
gets the healing word. And Valandra, any other actions for you?
Let's see. I'm trying to decide whether she would try and jump over with the others, because that will probably not go as well for her as it has for everyone else so far.
If it
No.
helps, your decision place would not
No,
encourage
she-
you come over. Not with all that heavy chain.
She's worried about Waverly. She's gonna try.
All right, give me an acrobatics. Don't do worse than a 10.
Ooh.
Not worse than a
Woo!
10. Where are you headed?
She's gonna stand here in case there's one in the horse.
Okay.
Do intellect devourers like horses?
She
Everybody
doesn't
likes
know.
Horses. Horses are
Everybody
wonderful.
likes horses. Actually,
Uh,
can she make a? Is it? If it's not too late, can she? Is there a check she can make on if she knows anything about these creatures?
I would say that's probably going to be an Arcana.
Okay. That's probably not going to go very well. Nope.
Your brains on legs. That's obviously magical. That's about all you got.
Okay.
That's going to bring up a dead intellect devourer. That's going to bring us to the top of the turn order. And as the bodies of the intellect devourers and their hosts slip and slide, bits of them falling into the water around you begins to boil. Bubbles, flashes of silver, and then flashes of red bits of white. It takes a little while for you to understand what's happening. And maybe, or maybe not, you've had experience or heard tale of the fish that can strip a creature to bone in seconds.
Piranhas.
But yes, the water seems to be infested. You see little flashes of their red bellies coming up, swarming all about as more meat falls into the water.
Let's go save people. We don't know what's wrong over there.
Dawn, could I have a quick perception check?
Yeah. Oops. I scooted him. There we go. Perception. He's good at this.
Dawn, away to the north and west, boiling out of the eye of the skull, another brain, this one larger than the others, moves towards you. Talace, you might be able to catch a glimpse of it.
My
I've got
turn
dark
actually
vision,
got
so I'd be
skipped.
able to see it.
That might be right at the edge of your dark vision, but yes, if you can see it, attention can be called to it. This one's a little nasty looking.
Yeah, it just sounds like another one over here.
Okay, my can I just say my turn got skipped?
Oh,
You
yeah.
skipped-
I don't.
You skipped me.
You skipped
Yeah.
your turn. It's still Waverly's turn.
It's still my turn. In which case, I would like to shoot that giant intellect devourer, the big brain over there. Oh, just take the first one because roll 20 froze for a second.
Yeah, take the first one.
Definitely take the first one. I mean, not just because,
It's the first one or anything.
yeah.
Casey, are you muted?
I was,
Hello?
maybe a little bit. Yes, the arrow buries itself in the brain. It can't remember its family anymore, but it still looks a bit threatening. Waverly, anything else?
I am going to just hop along to about here. Should I do the acrobatics check?
No, you're okay. You can dance along.
The
these
one that I
blades.
literally cannot fail.
You are a blade dancer. Anything else for you?
Quite literally.
No, that'll be it.
All right. And he doesn't actually get to go till the next round, but to Lace, you do. Fish, brains. What you doing?
The side of the cart should be pretty stable if I just move to like here.
It should be.
Okay. Well, that just a slight bit closer, just so that
Mhm.
I can see a little bit beyond Sir Brain here.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then I will focus on Mr. Brain and cast Shatter on it.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be gross. You shatter the brain.
All right.
I really hope it
Constitution saving
fails and
throw.
that this is all of it.
From the brain. Jelly explodes everywhere.
Ew.
I literally exploded a brain, guys.
You have
Good job.
exploded
Good job.
a brain. It's a little like the Mars Attacks scenes. But unfortunately, you've also caused what could be catastrophic damage to the skull of a Titan. Please roll a saving throw. Charisma.
Oh. Oh shit.
Isn't that for me, not
Oh,
Waverly?
it's just.
Oh no, I'm sorry, just Talais, just Talais.
Sorry, I thought that was in everybody.
Nope, that was just a Talais. Talais, you feel horrid. Just right. You just did something wrong and somebody noticed. But then it starts to fade. It's like being caught with your hand in the cookie jar, and then Glumfellow just keeps walking without saying a word rather than sending you out to bake more cookies. Talais, any other actions for you?
Yeah, she's gonna look at everybody and like, we should get out of here. We need to go.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah,
The
he
plume is quite
is
dead.
really interested in this, but if it's
Dawn?
like 5 feet big,
It is a big part of that sword.
Oh God.
is there any roll he could make before he runs off to see if he could glean anything more, like, maybe like Arcana or something? I don't know if he could pick up anything because you said he doesn't recognize the school.
Does
Of
not
magic.
recognize the school. Go ahead and give me an Arcana. So you take in the area, you take in the item, and this is old magic. This is before or perhaps beside the weave. This is the sort of thing that the gods can access but mortals cannot. Fairly dangerous to toy with, and likely why it is still here after all this time. But it's really tempting. And I'm sure between you and Valandra and Waverly and Talais and probably another 10 to 15 strong people, you could get this out of here.
Yeah, he's like, it hurts to leave it, or at least not. But he's not stupid, and he's gonna be like, "Yep, let's go."
It's very shiny.
He's just gonna pull his tabaxi shit, just zip.
Okay. Please give me an acrobatics and roll above a 10. There's a lot of danger in that water.
Yes. Should 2? Because he could get like all the way up and out.
Oh, just one acrobatics for your movement.
Okay. Where are we? Please don't roll shitty.
Oh!
So probably like around here, he like
Slips on the brain.
slips on the brain.
There's a lot of brain. And suddenly, there are kippers. Dawn, you come within range, and they begin biting. And where'd my kippers go?
So does he stop moving, or is
They're
this?
everywhere.
You have put a foot in the water, and as your foot touches water, are you missing any hit points?
A few.
You are missing a few. They attack in a frenzy of bloody
I'm
mindedness.
missing 2.
They have advantage on their attack.
Oh my god.
Does a 15 hit?
Not with shield.
Shield is summoned.
Pachoo.
Now, you can continue moving, but by doing so, you would invite an attack of opportunity.
He will freeze for the moment.
Okay. You lift your foot out of the water, surrounded by magical might. Kippers gnawing on your toes, but they just can't get through. Valandra.
Okay. She will move up. Can she haul him out of the water without provoking an attack of opportunity for him?
You will need to make an acrobatics, but then as long as you do not dip yourself in, yes, you can haul him out of the water. Valandra gets a little too close. And
Can
the
she?
kickers-
Does she still get him out though?
Yes, you do pull him
Okay.
out, but are you missing any hit points?
Nope.
Straight attack then. Does a 12 hit? I seriously doubt it.
Nope.
All right, no damage dealt. Valandra, you have lifted Dawn out of the water. You used a bit of movement. Bonus action or additional movement?
Is he technically in the same spot? Or where?
In the same spot. You are now just out of the water, legs straddling between the land bits.
Does she know, or could she tell that they seem to go after the blood? That, like, the fact that Dawn was down a couple hit points was
Yes,
important?
it's very obvious that there was an absolute boiling mass of them for Dawn with that little bit of blood, and just a couple bit at you.
Okay. Now you are not bloody. Well, you are not bleeding.
Are not bleeding actively. Anything else, Valandra?
No. I
All
think
right.
I'm good.
Waverly.
She's gonna wait till everyone else is away before leaving. So
Waverly, anything for you?
All right. Waverly's just gonna skip over here to the shore,
Uh-huh.
get an acrobatics in there.
I'll
We're
cast
fine.
No, we know you
that.
have. Can you
The
move
Waverly
up
seems
one?
to be showing off a little.
Waverly, could you move up one?
Oh yeah, sure.
Appreciate you.
I'm actually gonna shoot an arrow directly into this little swarm of kippers and see if that does anything.
Certainly may. You shoot an arrow into the swarm of kippers. It only finds water. It doesn't seem to strike any one of the numerous fish squarely.
It was worth a try.
Are you retrieving that arrow?
No,
No?
I would
Okay.
not.
All right. It's Lace.
All right. I'm going to attempt to move back to land here.
Okay. Acrobatics, please. Not less than a 10. That is plenty more than a 10.
Plenty more. All right. And then focused here. So
Mhm.
I have a range of this. It's going to catch everything here. I will shatter again.
Okay.
She's going to mutter a little, I apologize if this is going to hurt you, but my friends are in danger. Just-
All right. Go ahead and give me a shatter. DC 15, 6 points. And please roll me a charisma saving throw.
Jeez. Sensitive much?
You are fine, but still, you
The-
know that was wrong. And did you catch this one in the
Yeah,
Yeah,
the one
the
that's
one
right
next
on
to
top of
Dawn.
Dawn?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, and that one is going to swarm. Constitution saving throw. Not so much, but only 6 points of damage to it. That's not what that number is.
All right. And before I finish,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use one of my bardic inspirations to cast my Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay.
I need to do 2d8.
And
Everybody get 5 excess hit points. Words escape. And you are all free to move towards me with no attacks of opportunity.
that is true.
Dawn, are you gonna move toward her?
You probably should.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make
I was
the
thinking,
move.
cause do I need to do the acrobatics again?
You do need to do the acrobatics.
Because she helped him out of the water. I was
Mhm.
thinking, like, if she helps him over and then he'll help her over, like, just kind of like turning around each other
Sure.
to keep them from falling.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So each of you give me an acrobatics with advantage, please. Ooh, Valandra.
I said it wasn't going to go as well for her as for everyone else.
You all rush towards Talace. Dawn, you do find dry land. I would say probably go around to the right-hand side of her. Valandra, you just can't get close without keeping a foot in the water. And some fish look like they would like to take a bite out of you. But it's going to depend on which is quicker, you or the fish. Please roll me an initiative.
Okay. That's also not very good.
You need to beat a
Yep.
5.16.
Nope.
Dawn, you could probably get here
Yes.
and get
So
you
you
out of
guys,
the water.
you guys will actually all be pretty much out and away, aside from Valandra's foot, which a 9 does not pierce. So you are all up and out of the water, and if you wish to, able to climb away.
Yeah, we should probably get out of here.
Agreed.
Not unless anybody has a plan to, poison the lake, etc.
No, do not do that. Talace
Okay.
is like, no, just go. Everybody up.
Once they're up and out, Donna's gonna start just prestidigitating everything, just brains off of himself,
That's fair.
and then probably everybody else because they look like, or at least Talace, because the two of them were supposed to have just been going for a walk.
All
It
right.
shouldn't look like they exploded brains all over themselves.
So a-
Those 2
I'm-
obviously ran off
it's-
to cause trouble, so they could look like covered in brains if they want.
Yeah,
I'd still like to
I find the thought hilarious of Valadra, the one that people are already scared of, just coming back to camp covered in brains.
gray
Just-
matter everywhere.
Waverly will prestidigitate some brains off of you. It's fine.
All right. So,
Okay.
as the scene draws to a close, I will ask, what is the plan for making your way back in? Are some of you sneaking in, walking in boldly, lying about where you've been, or is it just a casual, hey, we were gone, we're back now?
We should probably divide that up so it seems like we weren't together. Like Waverly, you sneak in. Talace and
Waverly-
Dawn pretend you're just coming back from a walk, and Valandra just straight walk in, no stealth or anything.
Okay.
So I think that, at least for Talace and Dawn, if any of them asked, what was going, if they heard any of this shenanigans way back
Mhm.
out that way,
Maybe you should
just-
circle around so that you're coming in from a different direction.
yeah, and
Yeah.
just be like, we did.
Okay.
Didn't hear anything.
We
hear
heard or we heard some noise and came back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. There was there's something going on.
Waverly will
You
just
Probably
give me
not
a-
safe out there.
Please give me a deception with advantage.
Oh, absolutely.
Both of us?
Waverly? No, just one of you. You can elect whoever's going to be the talker.
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Waverly, a straight stealth, please. And Valandra, I think maybe intimidation
I
again?
don't even need it. She's have advantage because she's covered in brains.
Her intimidation is climbing quickly. Still, you just don't come off right. Everybody looks at you, they're like, this is just wrong. Why? Who raised you and how? But
Well, that's a funny story.
as those questions are raised, we draw to a close on this evening. Thank you all for playing. Congratulations. You have survived the Graveyard of the Gods, one of the maps that Blue Sword Games put out, which I very much loved watching being made. And his little ticker does show up on the Twitch rollover. So if you like the map, he's got a bunch of them out there. It's pretty cool. Everybody have fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted
Joe-
to give a. We were all kind of shouting at the end, but I wanted to give a note.
Mhm.
Talace would be the last one to climb out, and before she does, she kept that flower crown that Valandra made her, and she takes it out, and she kind of just gently lays it down, and was like, "Look, I understand that you're mad, but my friends were in trouble, and I had to do what I had to do." And then that's the last thing she'll say.
Give me a quick religion, if you would.
All right.
As you lay down the flower wreath, a bit of wind kicks up, and it blows off the ledge down in, circling, spinning, and landing, encircling the green gem resting atop it. As it rests there, that wind continues to drift, and you can just pick out the waves and whirls it creates across the surface of the water, and then little droplets pick up. And in those droplets and in those water bubbles, hundreds and thousands of little fish with millions of little fish teeth fill the air and then slowly settle back down.
Okay.
Well, that's not terrifying at all.
And you make your way back to the camp. So, Chloe, Joey, I'm sorry you missed out, but you may have taken the wiser course of action.
There's no may about that.
No, this is the smarter thing to do.
So, we will pick up back on the road. The camp seems to be aware that Valandra's doing weird things. But I don't know that they've really put together what she's doing. Everybody's giving her the weird eye.
It's not in character for what the cultist would know about Valandra, so you know.
It's an excellent disguise that you're making yourself out of gray matter. So, thank you all. We will take a couple of minute break, and I'm not sure if we're going to hop back on to stream the Tavern Talk this evening. I know Chloe and Joey have to dart. Does anyone else have a short schedule or something going on tomorrow morning early?
Oh, that doesn't matter to me. I mean, yeah, I do, but
I'm on Pacific time. It's really early for me.
It's really okay. All right, then we'll pick back up for Tavern Talk, and I will try to get the stream up and back running after a quick break. Thank you all. I will talk to you in a little bit.